all doing today? Good. Good. Nice to meet you. So, my name is Anjali. I am a psychotherapist. I am the CEO of Light of Mind Therapy, and today I will be presenting to you for your career fair. Okay? Shall we begin? Everyone good to go? I went to this middle school about, I want to say 13 years ago. And the joke about it is I was actually in this science class back in grade 7. And I sat, I think, like right over there where you're sitting in the red jacket. So if you look a little bit closely, you can see that I am actually wearing an ECMS band shirt, okay? This was me and one of my friends, Jaden, at the time. And we were also doing a science project. I don't know what we were doing, but we were trying to make something, okay? So, in middle school, I genuinely didn't know what I wanted to do when I was sitting in your seats. And to be completely honest, if I was sitting in your seats right now, I'd think like, okay, well, at least I don't have to do class right now and I can listen to somebody's presentation. I was only focused on having fun with my friends and skateboarding, to be completely honest with you. So in your position, I had no idea what I wanted to do. All I knew is that I was interested in how people think, okay? And my own feelings, and what did that mean to me, okay? It was more so of a curiosity thing, like why people do the things that I went to John Fraser Secondary School. In high school, I did absolutely everything. So I did continue doing music. That was arts night back in maybe grade 9. I did tech design, where we created a rocket, okay? And what did we do with that? If you can actually tell, it's a Simpsons rocket. I was also interested in computer engineering, okay? And this is me creating some form of a circuit because we had to create lights, everything in high school. I did law, I did family studies, I did tech, I did music. Now, why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because it's okay to actually do everything in high school. It's okay to not know what you want to do. It's okay to explore, okay? So give yourself that time to do so. Now, that being said, how did I narrow it down into what I wanted to do for university? So, one thing I knew I didn't want to do was math. 1,000% did not want to child development. Now, child development, what did I do there? I created so many different things. We created a website, Is Life Just a Game? Because it was all about children and how they learn how to play. Then we also created a blog as well, which is, it was on Tumblr, so that was like back in the day, okay? And we learned so many different things about psychoanalytic theory and Freud, if you're familiar with Freud, and Erik Erikson. And why did I love this? Because tech design and computer engineering, I was like, okay, you know what? I understand it, it's cool, but it doesn't provide me with that curiosity. So taking it back to middle school, again, I did have that curiosity where you guys are sitting right now, which led me to be like, okay, wait, I wanna learn how people think there's not one program here that is the same. So I applied to TMU for journalism, I applied to Laurier for arts and law, and I applied to UTM for technology. So I got into all of them, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. Taking it back to the curiosity again, I said, okay, you know what, let me do mental health at U of T. So I don't have to apply to every single science program. You can apply to different things. It's okay to not know what you want to do, and it's okay to know what you want to do. I went to UTSC. So this was the Scarborough campus. So I did my 4-year degree in 3 years. How did I do that? I fast-tracked every single summer, and I took more than the directed course load at the time. Now, that being said, I know a bunch of you were probably, you guys all did virtual learning at one point, right? Okay, so you either like it or you don't. You have to understand what you're doing too, okay? What works for you? I'm a visual learner. So virtual wasn't the greatest for me, but I learned how to cope with it, which a bunch of you obviously did because you're here right now. So learn what you like and learn your flexibility and what you feel like you enjoy in terms of your own school. You're in mental health and population health science. We created an initiative with a university in Nigeria. We created Project Foodscape, which was actually implemented to children in Nigeria. In addition to that, it was the mental health component. Now, even though I know I mentioned that I wanted to go as far away as possible as I could for math, I did do a bunch of different statistics courses in university things. One of the presentations I want to highlight that I made was the mental health impact on parent-child diet. What did I do? I went to Yorkville University. This is why I want to mention the virtual learning component, because my master's degree was completely virtual. Why did I go to Yorkville University? I don't particularly believe in prescribing for mental health. Now I know sometimes we need it, sometimes we don't. I prefer the more holistic talk-based approach to mental health. Last 8 months of the degree, I did a co-op placement, okay? So it was my practicum placement. I was completely functioning as a therapist where I was able to be hands-on. So it was in person, okay? Here's the thing. What I would encourage you all to do, if you don't know what you want to do or if you do know what you want to do, get in the field, okay? Because you'll learn a lot about the field in terms of, do you even like what they're doing in the field? Do you not like what they're doing, or do you enjoy it? So my practicum placement provided me with the sense of creating my own ethics and my own standards and my own boundaries in terms of how I wanted to be in the mental health field and how I wanted to practice. So you'll meet a lot of different people along the whole entire journey of your life where maybe you don't want to be like this person, or you don't want to practice like this person, but you want to create your own pathway in that field. And I think that's very important to be able to immerse yourself in that experience to be able to do, and how you want to contribute to your field. Therapy is a safe space to talk about your feelings and your thoughts and your emotions, okay? So essentially, it's about creating that safe space for individuals to come to, okay? Now, this is a little picture of the room. Why did I choose psychotherapy? So, as I've mentioned, back in high school, I did take that child developmental course. And I really wanted to work with children, which I do now. So I really enjoy that aspect of understanding how babies think in terms of when they're 1 and 2 and 3 and up until your age and my age and things like that, how our brain thinks. But I took the less clinical route, which is the more holistic approach. This is actually from one of my population health studies courses, okay? The reason it is on this slide is because this is the way that I assess individuals in a more holistic capacity. So there's things that we assess in therapy, which I assess in therapy: sociodynamics, cultural dynamics, environmental dynamics. These are all the things that are supposed to affect you physically, yes. However, all these things also affect you on a mental level, right? So it's about me taking into account all of the holistic things that affect you on the external to make sure that you are supported as an individual. And that's what I appreciate about psychotherapy and why I wanted to contribute that. Is psychotherapy right for you? Okay? What kind of person would enjoy this work? It's someone who is very curious about people and their emotions, okay? What skills or traits are helpful? Maybe you're an active listener. Maybe you're very empathetic. Maybe a lot of people come to you for support, like your friends. So that's something that I think is very important, to sit there and be able to cultivate that environment where somebody feels comfortable. Help individuals heal and grow in a space that they feel comfortable to do so, and to be able to cultivate and create that environment. What do I do? Now, after my practicum placement, as I've mentioned, I decided to create my own path when it comes to what do I want to do in the field. I created Light of Mind Therapy. Light of Mind Therapy is my own private practice, so I do work out of Lauren Park Integrated Health. Aside from that, I take a bunch of virtual patients as well. I practice trauma-informed therapy. So I work with individuals who struggle with ADHD, anxiety, trauma, and depression, okay? So essentially, I will help to make sure that we access those pain points that are within your life, okay? So what we do is we bring it to conscious speed, we process it, we make peace with it, and move forward. What's the important message that you should take away from this presentation? Is that you do not have to have it figured out at all right now, okay? And that's completely fine. Your point of being here and growing and learning is to learn and grow. So explore all of your options. Explore what you feel comfortable with, what you don't like, what you do like. And it's okay to apply to so many different programs. Even if you don't have it all figured out right now, that is fine. What you need to do is believe in yourself, okay? If I listen to all the people who maybe told me, oh, maybe don't do this, or do that, or do this, that wouldn't have worked for me, and I probably wouldn't have gotten anywhere. So trust in yourself, okay? Because you know what you want to do, and even if you don't know what you want to do, you have that courage to want to do something, right? So even if you want 10 cars or 30 cats, or you want that house, you want that fence, and you want something, just know that you're going to get that eventually, okay? Just have that in your mind to motivate you. As long as you believe in yourself, you will get to that point. So as a teacher, she said, and this might jump scare you guys, because it scares me genuinely, your learning skills, okay?
No,
I would say is that what's the most important skill in my opinion? In my opinion, it's initiative. I don't mean initiative and, okay, pick up this paper and go take it there and help somebody out. I mean help yourself. So find that self-initiative within you to want to do something, anything. That self-initiative is that drive. Because once you have that initiative to have those cars and have those cats and have that house, then you will develop responsibility. You will develop independent work, self-regulation, collaboration, organization. Once you have that drive within you, nobody can take that from you, and I promise you that. You'll just run with it and you'll get what you want at the end of the day, as long as you have that work ethic and that ability to self-motivate. You will get. If you did have any questions, you can always ask me now. If we didn't have time for questions, you can always go into Instagram, where you can message me, or I'm all over social media, so Instagram, TikTok, you can Google me, you can email me. If you ever need to reach out, there's so many more resources that I have on those platforms. You can also connect and collaborate with me there. Now, that being said, I know this is a career fair presentation, but if you did ever need any emotional support, I am always here to help you. If you had any questions about even career or your own emotions, you can always message me for that too. You can help with your check mark or highlight your top positive traits. If you can see Omar's sheet, there's a giant circle over everything with all my patients. Okay? If I sat with you for that 50 minutes, I will tell you why you are all these positive traits on the sheet. I don't want you to hesitate when you see the sheet. I want you to know that you are every single one of these, okay? Because that initiative and that courage and that belief in yourself is what's going to take you far. So even if you feel like you are 80% of these, know that you do have every single amazing positive trait and more that is not even listed on the sheet, and you should be proud of yourself and have that courage to be able to do that. And this is the best example that I can give you right now. Whereas Omar just said, okay, Miss, can I circle everything? Yeah, you circle everything because you should feel like you are all these traits on this sheet. Okay? Thank you so much. No.
Miss, can you come back? Please, we're on our
Thank you.